truck every 2 years. So there you have it. Anyways, music is my passion, but I also love reading about politics and global economics. Right now I'm reading about a book called The Trouble with Billionaires by Linda McQuaig and Neil Brooks. And here's a couple of facts reading up in this book. It's very interesting. No one ever accused the Wall Street bankers of being modest, unassuming, or prone to self-doubt. Still, their decision to collectively pay themselves $140 billion in 2009 seems perverse, given that they just brought the world to constant peace. In 2008, the top 25 hedge fund managers earned 12,000 times the average American. 12,000 times the average person. In 2009, after the market crashed, they earned 24,000 times the average American. That's capitalism at its finest. You know that I'm a socialist. It's interesting. I'm not a socialist, but I believe there should be some sort of regulation.
I'm a socialist.
Fantastic. Fantastic. In Canada, over the past 12 years, while incomes of the ordinary Canadians have stagnated, the highest paid, the 50 highest paid CEOs, wages have risen by 444%.
Then he's probably here.
Alright, you know what, there's so much to talk about. I'm not going to bother talking about all of it here. I highly recommend that you read Neil Brooks and Linda McQuaig, The Trouble with Billionaires. The best thing that we can do is to be informed so that people so we can provide some alternatives and say, well, what's a better alternative? I heard Christy Clark on the radio saying the other day she didn't believe Canadians would show up to this event today because she thought Canada was a fair place to live.
Forgot about the island.
I laughed also. That's awesome. Oh, it's brutal. So the concentration of wealth in the hands of a few elites has compromised our democracy, has compromised everything that we associate with being Canadian, even as drug laws. Bill C-393. Just a few years ago, this bill was going to be passed. It was going to allow generic pharmaceutical companies to produce AIDS vaccines so that millions and millions of people who cannot afford AIDS vaccines in Africa would be able to receive treatment. Unfortunately, it never made it past the Senate. That's democracy in action. That's what happens when the concentration of wealth is in the hands of a few elite. There was a Supreme Court justice said in the United States just a few short years ago who said, we can have democracy or we can have the concentration of wealth in the hands of a few, but we cannot have both. Thank you very much.